Hi, I'm Scott Rilla, author of the Journey Freedom series and founder of Restore Small Groups. And this week's Moment of Hope is about, the topic is vulnerability. Vulnerability, again, we're looking at kind of the qualities of intimacy that Carnes identifies in his book, Don't Call It Love. And he's showing the difference between a person who's in recovery, who's getting healthy, and a person who's still in their dysfunctional addictions and their dysfunctional responses to life. And I really find vulnerability to be the absolute foundation for growth and for transformation to occur in our lives, especially when we look at how am I building trust with anyone? How am I ever going to really have true intimacy with another human being if I'm afraid to be honest and I'm still hiding? As we say, we're only as sick as our secrets. But to build trust in a relationship is a foundation for intimacy. If there's no trust, how am I ever going to invite you into my life, invite you to give me honest feedback, input, to look at my life with me? If I'm afraid to be vulnerable with you, I don't want your input. I just want to control the environment of the relationship, which is more important to me than truth and honesty and true input and feedback. Because if I'm building trust and I'm able to be vulnerable, as Bradshaw says, that's the foundation of a healthy self. An unhealthy self is a false self who's always hiding and being pretentious. How can you ever have really any trust with me and build anything really lasting and longing if I'm hiding all the time in a false self? So vulnerability, and I think the only place I've ever been able to learn vulnerability is in small groups. That is, when I originally went through the 12 steps, that was the place that I, for the first time in my life, was honest and vulnerable and authentic with other human beings. I revealed my weaknesses. Before that, I was always hiding, which is what our environment, I think our society kind of encourages, especially with social media, this false self, this hiding. But let me tell you something. There's a risk involved in vulnerability. And the risk is you may decide, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. But would I rather be in a false relationship or an honest one where my true self is being revealed and you're choosing, I'm giving you the right to choose. I don't if I'm hiding in a false self. So you can see how vulnerability is a key, I think, to building that lasting intimacy that we all long for. So remember, we're better together and stay on the path.